Welcome to this episode of the story. Have you subscribed yet? Chapter 110. The first clue emerges. After the battle, the villagers of Linksea Town began to clean up the battlefield and tend to the wounded. Sumu, on the other hand, came to the captured bandits, hoping to get more information about the man in the black robe and the forces behind him from their mouths. Sumu looked at the bandit in front of him, who was tied up tightly and looked terrified, and asked in a deep voice, "Who exactly is the man in the black robe behind you? Why did he ask you to snatch the young people with spiritual power talent from Linksea Town?" The bandit trembled all over. He hesitated for a moment, seemingly afraid that telling the truth would bring him even more trouble. Seeing this, Sumu's eyes turned cold and he said, "You'd better tell the truth. Otherwise, do you think you can still survive?" The bandit's face turned deathly pale with fear, and he quickly said, "Sir, I'll talk. We don't know the origin of the man in the black robe either. We only know that he's very powerful, and we all call him Lord Black Shadow. He suddenly appeared in this mountain forest not long ago. He found our boss and said that as long as we worked for him, he would give us countless benefits." Sumu frowned and pressed on. "The only thing he asked you to do was to snatch the young people with spiritual power talent? Didn't he mention anything else? And what benefits did he give you?" The bandit answered hastily, "Lord Black Shadow is very secretive every time he comes. Besides asking for the young people, he also told us to rob as much property as possible. As for the benefits, he gave our boss some pills that can enhance spiritual power. The boss distributed them to us, and they really worked well." Sumu's heart skipped a beat. Pills that can enhance spiritual power were no ordinary items. It seemed that the forces behind the man in the black robe were wealthy and had unique resources. "When was the last time you saw him? Did he say where he was going to take these young people?" The bandit thought for a moment and said, "It was just a few days ago when he came to give our boss an ultimatum. As for where to take them, he didn't say. But I once heard our boss and the second in command talking in private. It seemed to be some spiritual abyss land, but I don't know exactly where it is." Spiritual abyss land? Sumu pondered this unfamiliar place name in his heart, but had no clue. He asked some other characteristics of the man in the black robe, but the bandit couldn't provide any more valuable information. Sumu knew that with only these vague clues, finding the forces behind the man in the black robe was like looking for a needle in a haystack. However, Sumu didn't get discouraged. He organized these clues and informed the mayor and the elders. The mayor said with a solemn expression, "This spiritual abyss land has never been heard of. It seems that the forces behind this are extremely mysterious. But since we've already offended them, we must be careful." Sumu nodded and said, "Mayor, I plan to leave Linksea Town for a while to search for clues about the spiritual abyss land in the outside world. Linksea Town has just experienced this battle and needs everyone to protect it together." The elders all expressed their approval. An old man said, "Sumu, you're a brave and resourceful child. We trust you, but the outside world is full of dangers. You must be extremely careful." After bowing and thanking the elders, Sumu began to prepare for his journey. He knew that this exploration not only concerned the future of Linksea Town, but also the fate of those young people who might have been captured by the man in the black robe. After packing his bags, Sumu bid farewell to the villagers of Linksea Town and embarked on an unknown journey. He walked along the official road. Whenever he arrived at a town, he would ask local cultivators, merchants, or old people about the spiritual abyss land. However, most of the responses he got were shakes of the head. No one had heard of this place. Until Sumu came to a bustling town called Qingfeng City. Qingfeng City was a transportation hub in this area, with a large number of people coming and going from the south and the north, and it was also the most well-informed place. Like usual, Sumu searched for clues in crowded places such as taverns and inns in the city. In a lively tavern, Sumu struck up a conversation with a well-informed old merchant. When he mentioned the spiritual abyss land, the old merchant was slightly startled, and a flash of surprise appeared in his eyes. "Young man, why are you asking about this place? It's not a good place. It's said to be extremely dangerous. Ordinary people who go in never come back." Overjoyed at finally getting a clue, Sumu quickly asked, "Senior, could you tell me in detail where this spiritual abyss land is and why it's so dangerous?" The old merchant took a sip of wine and slowly said, "I heard about it by chance from an adventurer who returned from the extreme western region. It is said that in the extreme west of the continent, there is a mysterious abyss where the spiritual power is in chaos, and strange phenomena often occur. It is called the Spiritual Abyss Land. As for the exact location, I'm not sure. I only know that the journey to the extreme western region is long and full of dangers. Sumu silently memorized what the old merchant said and secretly planned his journey in his heart. The extreme western region was arduous, but for the sake of Linxi Town and those missing young people, he had no intention of backing down. After saying goodbye to the old merchant, Sumu replenished some necessary supplies in Qingfeng City and then continued his journey in the direction of the extreme western region. The story continues. More exciting content is coming up. Subscribe as soon as possible.